In this video I'm going to show you how to save and load your sequences or SNG files that you created. Like I said before, anytime you're working on a file, you're getting ready to power down your system or you're going to be done working with it for a while, you probably want to go ahead and do some interval backups or saves. I have right here a USB reader, and you can plug in USB and you can actually save to a USB drive if you want to. This also has a SD card inside the reader, and the M50 even takes SD cards, so you can locate the SD card on the back and you can plug this in. So once you have it in there, you're going to go into media mode, and it's automatically going to select the media card that you have input in there. And it's showing the root directory of it. I've got one called DCIM. This is actually like a folder where I have some images saved for my digital camera even. So, this is where you would load some things. If you wanted to save it, which I'm at the point where I would save it, you go to the Save tab, and we can go ahead and save a sequence. And it's called new file.sng. If I wanted to, I could call this, anything. Let's call this clear. Let's call this my SNG. It's not the song, it's the SNG file. An SNG file can contain many different songs, so I don't want you to be confused at this point. Now I'm going to press OK and press OK again. And it saved it to the root directory there. And if I wanted to, I could create other directories. If I wanted to organize these, you could save them kind of like a directory structure. It looks a little bit like DOS. You can select different folders. There's my folder. If I open this up, I can see that it's got another folder and then all these images in there. Up closes the folder, backs you out of directory. And if we look at the SNG file, what's interesting about it too is it's also a folder shape, which means that there's individual things in there that you can open up and look at. Let's click open on it. You can upload a cue list, or you can load individual songs. And I only have one song, so this one's got the one in there called drum and bass. And the reason it's called drum and bass is because that's what it was called when I copied it from a template. But if you named it your own song, like my scratch song or my first song or song whatever, you would see it there. And you could load individual songs if you wanted to. You can even load different songs from different SNG files this way. So you can create custom SMG files that has individual songs from different SNGs that you've saved throughout the week or something like that. So let's go ahead and exit out of this. It's been totally saved. I want to go ahead and just do a reboot real quick. The M50 is pretty quick because it doesn't have to load any samples or anything like that. So whenever you reboot, again, everything in sequencer is going to be gone. You can see that it's a blank song again. It's got the dry pianos all in there. So we want to reload that song that we're working on. So you go into media mode, and then you're going to click on the load tab. It's the first one that comes up here. And then all you do is select the SNG file and then click on load. And there's a couple different things you can do here. You can append it, meaning if there's songs already loaded into the slot there, it'll just tack them on to the end. Or if you select clear, then it's going to just clear out whatever's there and load them up. So we just rebooted and it really doesn't matter. I can just leave it to clear, click OK. It doesn't take long. They're really small. You can see it's 22K. Like I said, there's no wave data in there or anything like that. It's all just note numbers and parameter assignments and program assignments and things like that. So if we go back to sequencing again, you can see that it's loaded in there. We could press start and play it. The same name and everything saved in there. Again, if you did some additional edits, you would want to resave it, and you would just simply overwrite the SNG file again. So we'd go to save, and we would click on save sequence, and we would leave the name the same. And this time it's asking me if I want to override it. You just simply click yes. Now there's a couple other save operations in here. You can save PCGs. And what's that? That's any type of program and combi parameters. Let's say you changed your banks up, you edited some programs, you changed some layers and combis, things like that. You want to have that all saved. Or let's say you want to back up the factory settings. You can back those up. Or you can do a combination of both, save all. You can save some other parameters here, standard MIDI file. If you do that, it's going to try to rip it out to a MIDI, and the instruments probably won't match up. But you could select that if you wanted to. Under utility, there's a couple other things that you can do too from the drop-down list. You can format is one of the main things, but you can actually create a new directory if you wanted to. Let's create a new directory here, and let's call this my folder. And press OK and OK. This is going to create a new directory that we can save SNGs into. You could also create this on Windows. You could put it on your computer there if you wanted to. You can see there's my new folder. So if I wanted to save an SNG inside of it, I would just simply open it up and then do the save operation while I was in that folder. So this is some functions that you can do in media mode, and also very important overview of how to save your song in sequence mode to SD media. If it's USB, rather than having the option to select, to see the root directory of this one, you'd have the option to see both.